Northern Highland beef, barbecue. Northern Highland beef, that barbecue. Fire at the grill, and meat and folks will show you just what to do. Smoke fire pit master style, that way it stay a while. Northern Highland beef, barbecue.
Okay, so welcome back to Northern Hog and Beef. My son Kelly and I. This poor turkey is going to get tag teamed by Kelly and I. I've done smoking on a smoker for 20 years, so there's not much I haven't seen, but something I've never done myself is to brine a turkey. So Kelly, however, does this every year, and he's going to do this for us. So he's going to brine it. Then we're going to spatchcock it, which is simply to take the back spine out and open it up, so it's going to be nice and flat. Then we're going to put a rub on it, and then we're going to inject it. So this poor turkey has no idea what's coming. So I've never smoked a turkey, so I'm going to be honest right out of the gate, but we're pretty sure we're confident.
Yep.
We think we're going to pull this off, and hopefully in about 24, 30 hours, we're going to sit down and have a fabulous piece of this turkey. So Kelly, let's get to work on brining it. Let's get set up and we'll get to work.
Hey everybody. Okay, so we are going to brine this turkey. So we have mostly everything prepared. First, I'm actually just going to just squeeze out the juice from all the garlic cloves here. We've already got the water in the pot. We opted for 10 cups of water because we're actually adding broth as well, chicken broth. So let's just get everything in here. First, got about, what did we use? 2 full onions, just cut those up. And then got, I think it was 6 garlic cloves. It's not a perfect science. Just want to get some flavor in here. Turkey's gonna sit overnight in this broth. So let's open up these guys. So these make up about 3 cups of broth per container. There we go. Squeeze all that out. There's 1, and then oh yeah, look at that goodness. All in that 22-pound turkey. Okay, that's our base. Now I'm gonna add, we opted for, I think we did a 1/2 cup kosher salt here. So we'll get all of that in. And cracked pepper as well, just to add some more seasoning. And we're gonna take this over to the stove, get this boiling. Okay, everybody, so you can see here, we are boiling. Basically now what we're gonna do is we're gonna shut this off. Get rid of that spoon. We're gonna shut this off. So we don't wanna put this whole turkey into hot boiling water. Obviously it's going to cook. We actually don't even really want it to be warm at all. So we're gonna take this outside. It's -4 degrees Celsius right now. We actually also have a bag of ice. So we're gonna do everything we can to just cool this off as quickly as possible, basically, and that'll be our next step. Okay, so our brine, which was previously boiled, like we said, we left it outside. It's now cooled off to at least room temp or cooler. We're gonna pour this into this food-friendly container, hopefully without splashing myself in the face. Okay, get everything in there, all the seasoning. Here, just get more of that in. So again, this is gonna sit overnight, so we wanna keep it all in the brine. Okay, now we have already washed the turkey. We got rid of all the innards as well. You can keep the innards, you can make a gravy or some kind of sauce. We opted to toss them. So we're gonna pop this 22-pound turkey into our cold brine. And you wanna make sure, I just give it a little push because I wanna make sure that the brine actually gets inside the turkey. Okay, now it's not completely covering it, so I am gonna add, after this video, just a little bit more water just to cover it, because you wanna make sure it's completely covered halfway through. So we're gonna do this for 24 hours. So in the morning tomorrow, we'll actually flip the turkey as well. And yeah, so we're gonna pop this into the fridge, and after that, my dad will show you how to spatchcock the turkey. I believe he's gonna do a rub. He's also going to inject the turkey. So we're gonna do just about everything you can to make this guy super moist and delicious.
Okay, so we have the turkey all brined. If you've got a keen eye, you're probably gonna notice that the turkey we started with seemed a lot bigger than the one we're working with now. So I'm gonna be straight with you. That's because we had a heck of a time spatchcocking that turkey. Had some of the tools probably weren't the right tools. We went ahead, we filmed it, we actually cooked it. We had a fabulous dinner. The turkey was amazing. But we've decided that we want to make sure that what we present to you is done right. And we're going to show you some challenges that we had and what the answers were, the tricks were to making sure that you spatchcock your turkey properly. So one of the key things was I tried to do it with a pair of regular scissors. Big mistake. I've gone out now and I've invested in a pair of proper poultry cutting scissors. So this should make a huge difference, because I won't lie to you, we really tore up that turkey last week. So we're reshooting that. The brining portion is exactly the same. We've done the same to this bird as we've done with the last. So we'll get to work on the spatchcocking right away. We'll kind of cut away. We'll show you what we do for that for preparation. We'll come back for the seasoning and the injection. We'll see you in just a moment. Oh, spatchcocking. This is our second attempt, so let's see how we make out. You want to start by, obviously we've cleaned this bird up nicely. We've patted it down as best we can, and we do have the correct shears for doing that. And what you want to do is simply find the backbone and begin to cut away. And there we have it. And what you should have left is just the backbone, fully removed. These are a blessing. So we have this thing spatchcocked, and what we like to do is just add a little bit of olive oil. I just use a Pam olive oil. That just gives us a nice light coating. It's going to keep things browning up nicely, but it's also going to be a really nice bonding agent for the seasonings that we're going to use here. So we'll get this coated up nicely, and we're going to start with the seasoned salt. This is La Grille seasoned salt. It's just a very simple seasoning I like to get things started with. Next thing we're going to use is a smoldering smoked applewood from La Grille. This is a really nice smoky flavor. It's just going to add to the taste, the flavor, that smoky flavor we're going to get from the smoker. Once we're finished with that, I have a real favorite. As you know, Meathead here in Edmonton are our sponsors, and they have an absolutely fabulous rub that I like to finish everything off with, called California Cocaine. California Cocaine is a mix of a little heavier grits. You can see we've got heavier grits, a little heavier coarse salt, a little heavier garlic. And it's just a nice way to finish it off. So when we do this, we want to make sure that we get the whole thing coated pretty nicely, get it all up underneath the wing, kind of move it around. So that's one side. We're going to do the same thing, go through these same steps on the other side. So we'll start with a bit of seasoned salt. Just get a nice layer of seasoned salt. Then we're going to get back onto that smoky applewood flavor. And again, our favorite people over at Meathead, thank you Meathead. We love the name California Cocaine. And we'll just put a little bit of that on, and we're going to finish it off with that. So now what we're going to do is get to work on injecting this turkey. So we're just using a very simple poultry stock. We've got about a cup. We may use it all, we may not. Now, as you're putting this in and injecting it, you want to make sure you get all of the different areas. So I try to hit the wing, then I work usually 3, 4, even 5 injections right into the center of the breast, just to make sure you can actually see it start to plump up. Now, don't be worried if some of your rub starts to come away. A little bit of that injection might come away a little bit, but no big deal. Once we put it back on the barbecue, we're just gonna, onto the smoker, we're just gonna put a little bit more seasoning on, and we'll just dress it up for the smoker. So again, about 4 shots into the breast, and we're gonna use, I think, about 3/4 of a cup here. You'll really see here where I do the wing, you can see it actually plump right up. You can see that injection going in, and that's just gonna create a beautiful, moist area of dark meat for you to, everybody loves the wing. And then we'll get the drumette. We're just gonna hit this drumette, come down to the legs. 2 or 3 shots in the leg will probably be enough. Couple in the drumstick. And once we have all of this done, we're pretty much gonna be ready for the smoker. So we're gonna set the smoker outside today at about 300 degrees. We're gonna try and cook this, we think, for about 2.5 to 3 hours. But of course, the meat thermometers are gonna tell us when we're done. And we're gonna be looking for about 165 degrees. So we'll see you out at the smoker. Okay, we have the smoker up to about 300 degrees. A couple of things I wanna kind of highlight. It is about -5, -6 degrees Celsius here where we're working. It's gonna be a bit of a struggle keeping the smoker at that 300 degrees. Funny enough, I just ordered an insulating blanket, which is gonna arrive here in a couple of days. But going forward through the winter, we'll make sure we have an insulated blanket on here to help keep the temperature in. In the meantime, we're just gonna struggle to make it work. So, we have this turkey all set, and I'm just gonna set it in. You just wanna lay it out. And I like to put the wings underneath a little bit. And now that we've got it on the smoker, now we can do, as I said earlier, we can just touch this up a little bit. So, I'm not gonna go with any more of the seasoned salt. I think we have enough of that, but I do wanna make sure that we have this nicely coated with the savory barbecue spice. And we're gonna hit it again with the California Cocaine. And once we've done that, we're just gonna close this up and we're gonna let it do its thing. And about every half an hour, we're gonna come out with that butter glaze, butter and herb, about every 30 minutes. And we're gonna just hit it with that. So we'll let this work its magic. at 300 degrees, and we'll be back in about 30 minutes when we'll start to glaze this. So we'll see you in 30 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna quickly just go through the glaze that we're gonna prepare. I've got a little bit of sage already cut up. We're gonna do a little rosemary and a little thyme. We're gonna put this into a heated butter. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, about every 30 minutes or so, we're going to use this concoction that we're making up right now as a glaze. And we're gonna be really careful as we do that to not touch the turkey. We're gonna just wanna kind of spatter it all over. And we just wanna kind of keep that exterior from drying out. So I'm gonna get all of these ready. We'll drop them into the butter and we'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. We'll see you in just a sec. Okay, so it's been about 30, maybe 40 minutes. We showed you how to make up the butter and herb glaze. And all we're gonna do with this glaze is you're gonna notice I'm not actually touching the bird. I don't wanna affect all of the nice seasonings that we have on it, but we do wanna keep the bird from drying out on the skin. So we're just gonna put this glaze all over this turkey. Make sure we get the legs. Don't be afraid to be generous with this. But you can already see it starting to crust up nicely. And all this is that butter glaze. And we're gonna do this about every 30 minutes until the cook is complete. So now that we've had it in here for a while, I think what we're gonna do is set up the probes. And we're just gonna wanna find a spot right in the center of the breast and find that nice middle ground right in the middle of that breast. And again, we'll be looking for 265 degrees. We'll come out here about every 30 minutes. We'll be back when it's time to take this off. See you in a few minutes. Okay, so you can see we've hit 165. We're just going to take this probe out and bring this turkey out onto a pan. This is a little bit of help. And we'll take this inside, get this cut up, and we'll have it served up in just a few minutes. Okay, so here we have it, the finished product. I'm just gonna cut this up. First of all, we'll get it off of the tray. Get this tray out of the way. And we're gonna cut this thing up and see how we made out. I'll start by just simply taking off the legs. We'll see, oh, they're just coming away really nicely. You can see it's very, very moist. It just came right off of there beautifully. Actually, sorry, I think we'll take off this drumstick as well. Once we have the drumstick off, then we'll just keep the thigh and the drumstick separate. I think that what we really want to see here is the breast, so let's get at this wing. Get the wing off. Course, because we're trying to do this in a hurry. Okay, I'm gonna skip it. We're just gonna get right to what matters. Let's see how we made out with the breast. So cut the piece away and just see if we've got the moisture that we're looking for. Looks like it's just about perfect here. And we'll just see if we got that. There it is, beautiful. So I'm gonna cut this turkey up. Family's gonna be here in a couple of minutes. Once they're here, we'll let Kelly have a taste test and we'll see how we made out. We'll see you in just a couple of minutes for the taste test. Okay, we'll just cut off a little piece here for you and let you see how you make out with that. He loves it when I do this to him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut a little more up. What do you think, Kelly?
Unreal.
The rest of the family's gonna be here for dinner very shortly, so we'll see how they like it. Hopefully,
Top notch.
I gotta try a piece. Forget it. I'm not gonna just leave that. Look at this. It's just, it's so juicy.
I'm gonna eat this entire turkey. Yeah.
Okay, we nailed it. Guys, if you want the best turkey you've ever eaten, you have to treat it like royalty like Kelly and I did. This thing's injected, it's brined for 24 hours, it's smoked, we spatchcocked it. By the way, for nice even cooking, oh, the holidays, your family gonna love you. We'll see you next time on Northern Hog and Beef.